Hi everyone, back again for another reaction video, and this one is for One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Now, I've heard about this film for quite some time. I think I remember the first time I heard the title, I was like, what the hell is that? I just kind of dismissed it. That was quite a while ago. But that being said, you know, I've heard a lot of great things about this film. Not too much, but I've just heard it's like a really great, you know, well-known, you know, up there type of film. It's like a great, I think it's quite humorous and comedic in parts. Honestly, I don't know much about this film, so maybe I shouldn't say it's comedic, because maybe it's not. But honestly, I don't know that much. I've just read a bit of a synopsis, and now I also realize it stars Jack Nicholson, which is one of my favorite actors. He's actually the main actor in one of my favorite films. I'm not going to say any further on that. I'll do a video on it at some point. Maybe a special subscriber amount or something. I'll do it. My favorite film reaction. But anyway, let's just quickly read the synopsis and get straight into it, hey? Because I don't know a lot about this film, and I kind of want to keep it that way. Just the short synopsis on Netflix will do the trick. That's why I came to watch this one now too, is because I just realized it was on Netflix. I was like, oh, hell yeah. All right, well, I'll definitely do a video on that. So anyway, let me do the synopsis and then we'll go from there. So, a rabble-rousing prisoner transfers to a psychiatric ward thinking it'll be better than hard labor, until he tangles with the controlling nurse, Ratched? Is that how you say it? Ratched? What a name. Yeah, that's all I know. And it stars Jack Nicholson, and like, yeah, it's a bit kind of crazy, I guess, in a way, like showing certain you know, conditions people have, mental conditions. So it's going to be an interesting film, I imagine. So we're going to have some weird bits of dialogue and stuff like that. But anyway, let's get straight into it and see what it's like. Nice opening shot. Either a sunrise or sunset, one of the two. Sun something. Ooh, this music is cool too. I'm guessing that car coming down the road is one of importance. Perhaps our main character or something along those lines. Yeah, that's cool, I like that. Is this Ratched?
Good morning, Miss Ratched.
Yep, it is. He's got a cigarette in his hand. What? Oh, okay. Is he holding like a mop or something? What is he? Oh, here he is. The man of the hour. Jack Nicholson. So he fooled the prison into thinking he was nuts, but he's not nuts at all, really. Yo, this is something about Jack Nicholson I love, is his eyebrows. They're so, like, the way they're shaped, it really adds to his, like, expressiveness in parts. It really adds to his characters. I love it. Yeah, look at him. He's happy he's away from prison. He's like, shit, yeah, man. He's just exaggerating his excitement. Or maybe he is just excited. He's rocking them sideburns, I must say. Ha!
Can't even make a sound, huh? How?
Oh my god.
Oh, what's it say there? Mind if I smoke?
No, go right ahead. Well,
Back in the old days, you could just smoke in a room, no worries.
it's for assault.
Yeah.
What can you tell me about that?
5 fights, huh? Rocky Marciano's got 40 and he's a millionaire.
Ha ha.
Tell me, do you think there's anything wrong with your mind, really?
Not a thing, Doc. I'm a goddamn...
But isn't that a thing too? A lot of people that are kind of loopy don't think they're crazy, right? They think the world's crazy. They think everyone else is crazy. Yeah, that's interesting. It makes me actually wonder now. I don't know if it's said directly. I wonder if he is putting up an act. It's just the whole thing of the film. Is it like, as a viewer, you're wondering if he's actually putting on an act, or if he is actually a bit, his mental state's not quite there.
I think we ought to get to the bottom of R.P. McMurphy.
What is this, yoga or something? Okay.
You wear yourself out.
He's just dancing around. He's probably poor man's bored. I bet that big guy is going to say something at some point later on in the film. He'll actually talk, and they'll be like, oh shit, he talks.
Men on the street. Is that correct, Mr. Harding?
I will say, aside from Jack Nicholson, I don't think I recognise any of these other actors.
Mr. Scatman, would you begin today?
Yo, that beard.
Would you like to begin?
I gotta say, the way they're playing these characters seems real. In a sense, like, their performances don't seem too put on. They do seem actually genuine, so top job for that, I guess, at the moment.
Me?
Yes.
Oh, dang. He's gonna barely get a word out. Man, it's just...
Well, maybe you can tell us why you suspect her.
Interesting zoom-in choice there. The kind of curiosity in her.
Speculate on, Nurse Ratched, is the very existence of my life, with or without my wife, in terms of the human relationships that...
Oi, he's familiar. What the hell is he from? Oh my god. What the hell is his name? I know it's 1.21 gigawatts.
1.21 gigawatts! 1.21 gigawatts! Great Scott!
Christopher Lloyd. Yeah, that's Christopher Lloyd, isn't he? Where the hell did he come from?
Yeah, Harding, you're so fucking dumb, I can't believe it.
Oh. It makes me feel very peculiar when you throw in something like that.
Why? What does that mean? Peculiar.
Oh gosh, it's triggering them all off.
I
want to tell you guys something. You just don't want to learn. Me too, but
Ceswick, do me a favor.
Huh?
Take
Shut
it
up.
easy. And stay off my side.
But I don't want to.
This is like the philosopher guy in the group. Trying to figure out what the hell this is all about.
I'm tired.
Wow, this is some chaos going on there. Oh, be damned. Is that the usual every day in a mental hospital? I don't know.
Raise the hands up. Here. Up. Raise your hands up. Up. That's it.
Yeah, that's
Up.
it.
All the way up. Over here for a second. Now just stand right there. Just get down a little bit. All right. Stand up. Stand up.
Huh, what the fuck?
Genie, where are you going? Where? No.
He's tired. Does that old guy ever use the walking stick, or does he just carry it around? I wonder. Yo, what? He's just clubbing that. That is hilarious. That's what the stick's for, huh?
This is a dime. If you break it in half, you don't
It's nothing.
get 2 nickels. You get shit.
Nah.
Try and smoke it. You understand? Yes. You don't understand. All right.
Yeah. The kid don't understand. I love this. So they basically just use cigarettes as currency. Good lord.
Do you think it might be possible to turn that music down so maybe a couple of the boys could talk?
That means
My god, that's so funny. I love sometimes how he like he that particular bit reminds me so much of The Shining, the way like he's got the smile like this, like, do you mind turning the music down? Check this out.
Music down so maybe a couple of the boys could talk.
It looks so similar, right? When did this come out? Was this first or The Shining? Let's find out. This is fascinating because I wouldn't be surprised if this came out before. You know what, before I make assumptions, let's see. Over The Cuckoo's Nest, 1975. Right, now The Shining. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if Mr. Kubrick saw... Just making assumptions here, but... I wouldn't be surprised if Mr. Kubrick saw Jack Nicholson in this, or in maybe some other movies that acted that particular way, and he said, do that. Because it reminds me so much of his Shining performance in a way. In parts. But that particular moment right there just completely reminded me of it. It's awesome that it perfectly fitted that film. Anyway, let's keep going. Look at that smile. Oh man. Just look at that smile, man. Just look at it. Alright, let's go. No offense to Mr. Nicholson. I think he's amazing. It's just, he does such a great job.
The boys didn't have to shout, huh?
What you probably don't realize
Do it again.
is the old man on this ward who couldn't hear the music if you turned it lower. That music is all they have.
Yeah.
Your hand is
fair
staining
enough.
my window.
Woo!
I'm sure we can arrange that he can have it some other way. But I don't think you'd like it, Mr. McMurphy.
Huh?
You'd like it.
Look at the guy.
Why not? Give it to me.
Ha! Look at his face!
You should tell her to go fuck herself.
Huh? Ha! He didn't have it.
An Avenue. Big Ten. Perfect.
What are they playing? Monopoly? Oh, hell yeah.
What are you doing?
Hotel.
You do not have a hotel.
They just placed it.
Houses to put a hotel on board.
Just once more, huh? Just once more. Just touch me once more.
Game, Hardy.
Just touch me once more, you... Oh, Jesus!
Ha ha, what the hell? Cooling him down. Oh, it's gonna fuck up the Monopoly board. Oh, we shifted it slightly.
Giving up?
No. Just warm.
Just his face. One of the best actors in this, that's for sure. I mean, the others are good, don't get me wrong, but he's like, he's really getting the show going. Good lord.
Marry me.
Oh. That must be so tough. Because I imagine he's had that most of his life. Like, to have a stutter like that would be just so... shattering for you as a person. That you can't, like... I guess in a sense control it. It's really difficult to kind of deal with that. I just can't imagine what it'd be like to live like that. It's really tough.
Wasn't that the first time you tried to commit suicide?
Oh, wow. The first time? So he's done this try to do it more than once?
Okay, I want to see the hands. Come on.
Oh.
One of you nuts has got any guts.
Oh, dang. Flip, the tides have turned.
There are 18 patients on this ward, Mr. McMurphy. And you have to have a majority to change ward policy.
Oh.
You can watch the baseball game.
Huh? Wow. This guy. He didn't even bother.
Raise your hand up. That's all we need from you today, Chief. Just raise.
He raised his hands up before.
Come on.
Bugger. No, he'll do it when he walks away. Hey!
Mac.
Wait. Yeah, he's done it.
The meeting was adjourned and the vote was closed.
But the vote was 10-8. The Chief, he's got his hand.
Alright. Let's see. I don't know if this is true, but it makes me wonder if she adjourned the meeting because she could see he was getting closer to the chief. And she realized earlier, because she was looking out the window earlier, when she saw him raising his hand up, both hands up, when they were playing basketball. So I wonder if she was like, yeah, no, I'm not, you know, playing this whole game anymore, because he will put his hand up.
Big trouble,
He's just
baby.
making this all up.
He
Koufax gets the signs from Roseboro. He kicked once, he pumps, he fires.
Hilarious.
Break up the meeting or nothing, but she's something of a cunt, ain't she, Doc?
Ooh. Dang.
Strong.
You're gonna climb on him and then climb over the fence. Oh my god. Ooh, he'd be cutting himself up a bit, wouldn't he, with all the barbed wire? Yo, no one's noticed. Yo. Not a soul saw except Chief. He's smiling. Oh dang, he's gonna drive off with the bus. Oh shit. Who is this?
You all crazy?
Ha! Ha ha! That nod. They're probably having a good time right now too. Honestly. Going for a bit of an adventure. Yo, can you imagine the doctors right now? They'd be freaking out. You're not going to run into anything, don't worry. Stuff is good. But I think you got to sometimes do new things. Because this gets you out of yourself. Because it's new. When something's unknown, you can't use your mind and go, okay, this is from the past. Which is, you know, but if it's like something new, yourself isn't there yet. So you're kind of freeing yourself from yourself in a way, because you're learning something new. So you have to pay attention, you have to observe, you have to watch. And from that, your mind's more, probably in some ways more stable. So it's like an adventure. Anyway, that's what it seems like at the moment. It does actually seem quite, in some ways, helpful for these people. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong.
Bottom hook. You got it?
Because they're all going to like this guy now from what he's done. Right, so now there's going to be all this morale with him.
Crunch it right through. All right, now you got it.
This guy's figuring...
Just pull that baby.
Oh, no, don't need it.
And you wrap it around.
Don't do it. Ooh.
Thank you.
Ha! This guy. Yeah! There you go, man. He's nailing it. He's going right.
Only unless you get something really big you can't handle yourselves.
Yeah, I know where he's going. Oh. Oh. Yeah, they're all back to this fish again. Oh my god, what did they catch? Jaws? Oh yeah, they're keeping the boat straight, alright. They caught some fish for dinner.
We send him back to Pendleton, or we send him up to Disturbed. It's just one more way of passing on our problem to somebody else. We don't let
Okay, it's interesting to hear her talk right now.
to keep him on the war.
Oh,
I think we can help him.
okay. I actually like that. I wasn't expecting her to say that.
Give it to me. Give it to me. You all right? Ow! We're going. Chief, hey, baby, put it in.
Hey, he did it. Nice job, Chief.
Hey,
Look at him walking.
get around, Chief.
Ah, stop the ball. That's defense right there. Look at him scrolling. He's cool, man.
Get in there. Go, Chief. Put it in.
Hell yeah. Yo, he's running now too. The thing is, I feel like he's helping the other patients, funny enough, too. He's teaching them, like, teamwork, working together.
That's all over. If you had obeyed
Huh, look at his
in the
eyes.
first place, you wouldn't have lost your money.
there's the moment for him. Oh my god. I think he would have played a good lead character as well, instead of Jack Nicholson. If anyone else, he would have been a great lead character in a sense as well.
Get something like cookies, and I want something done. Take that right there. That's right. Now will you sit down? Something done. I want something done.
Yo!
And he's gonna be all right.
Oh, dang.
Emergency 34.
Wow, here we go. Some conflict going on here. Oh shit. Oh, look out, Chief. Chief is gonna... Oh no. Oh, is this a different level, is it? And these are people that probably do need to be in there to probably a certain degree. Otherwise they wouldn't survive. Dang, I feel like he's experienced this before or something.
I won't go. I don't want to go.
Oh man, I don't think you have a say, sir. Don't eat the whole packet, please. Oh! Hey, he was waiting for him to say it again. Whoa!
You hear me too?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, God damn, Chief.
They're not gonna do some like electroshock therapy on him, are they? Oh my. Oh my god.
Mr. Jack.
Oh shit. Don't tell me. Don't tell me this electrotherapy actually fucks up his brain. Oh shit. Oh my. Oh my god. He's not like that nuts. So doing that.
Or are you not?
Oh. Oh. Unless he's just putting on an act. Oh shit.
How about it, you creeps, you lunatics, mental defectives? Let's hear it for Bull Goose Randall back in action. Nice shirt.
Get the hell out of here. Yo, was that Doc from The Shining? Oh, he's pretty sneaky. Who's he calling? That lady? Yo, it is him. I'll be damned.
Thank Chief. For you, maybe. You're a lot bigger than me. All right, Chief.
Interesting.
Can I take a bath?
Sure, you can take a bath. Sure.
That voice sounds familiar.
It's gonna be so great.
So much for not making too much noise. He's like, oh shit.
Oh, everything just fine, ma'am. Just fine.
Just fine. Oh boy.
Move it, shit on your work.
Let's go. You little teddy bear.
Teddy bears.
What the fuck? Get out of here. Please get out. This is my job. You're packing it up. You understand? Get out. Get out, you slim motherfucker.
Oh, that's so good. I was hoping he would be in it a bit. Because I remember him in The Shining and I was like, I remember like kind of liking him as an actor. And I was like, okay, I wonder if he's going to actually say a word of this. And yep, he certainly did. He said that and more.
Right, there you go. There you go. Easy now. Don't take it all at once.
Oh my god, he's going in. Is he tired anymore? Ah, he gets to dance with her, that's nice. I wonder if he has when he has a few drinks in him, some alcohol, if he actually talks more clear. That would be interesting.
Think of me all the time.
the club.
Haha. I'm playing drums. He's still got those eyebrows going. Look at him. I can't even do it. How does he do it? Like his eyebrows kind of go like that. Like they're like an angle. Like this. I can't do it. It's amazing, honestly. Unless it's just a structure of how his eyebrows are. I have no idea. Oh, wow. What a mess. Oh, yo. Wow. Oh, he's still there. Huh. Oh, yo, she's pissed. Oh, the lady is still there. I'll be damned. That's one way to get someone up. Oi.
Looks like Billy Bibb is the only one missing.
Billy?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's the one that's got the stutter, right? I wonder. Unless he's still in that room with that woman. Oh my goodness. But if he's not, that's interesting that he left. Maybe from facing that, from, you know, going through that with that woman, it's kind of freed him in a way. Certain fear he had. Huh! Like a bunch of children. Oh, he's still in there, isn't he? Found him. Ha! Oh, clapping. Wait a minute, is his stutter gone? Wait. He said that more clear.
I can explain everything.
Yo, that seemed to work. Holy moly. So, I feel like it was kind of like something, there's like a blockage in him then, in his mind, and like there was a huge anxiety with that type of thing. But then since he got over that, it seemed to somewhat help him, perhaps. I don't know. I don't know the exact depths of what his mind is doing, but that's kind of what it seems like. It's kind of like loosened it up for him.
Ashamed?
No, he's not.
No, I'm
For
not.
what?
Worries me is how your mother's going to take this.
That's fine. She doesn't like it, that's her choice. Right?
Well, you
Ah.
don't have to
Interesting. I'm gonna let him keep going, but this is fascinating. I really like this.
Friends, you know that.
Huh. Right, but he's seeing what's going on.
Where you took that woman in that room.
Oh my gosh. This is the problem. Wow. This is fascinating. Come on, speak up for yourself, man.
She did.
Oh, man.
Everybody? Who did?
Oh. Oh, man. This is fascinating.
Mr. Ratchet. Please don't tell us.
Oh, man.
My mother, please.
That's really sad. And the thing that's... I won't go too deep into this yet. I might speak about this afterwards. Or just a little bit later. But I'm just going to say this question. Do you see the ignorance in Nurse Ratched? The ignorance of control. That's all I'm going to say. Oh my God.
Put Billy in Dr. Stevie's
Do you see what you're doing to him? Oh my God.
Come on, Martin, get on. No.
That's so sad. Yes. Speak up for yourself, man. That is messed up. And the saddest thing is it's not exactly her fault. It's just what she's been conditioned with herself. So she's insane too.
Let's go. Come on, you guys. What is this?
This is fascinating. My God. Ah! Oh, he's got to get out of there. Is he?
Hey, what the hell is that? Matt Murphy, what the hell are you doing?
Oh, shit. That's it. That was a clean hit. That was That was like the moment for him where he's just like, fuck this. This seems like a fuck this kind of moment. Where he's out of there. Yay! Chief is leaving too. Wait, what the hell happened here? What? What? Don't tell me that young dude's... No. That was quick if he's done something. What the hell's happened? Oh my god. Oh my god. Jesus Christ.
Calm down. The best thing we can do is go on with our daily routine.
No.
All right?
Oh my. Yo, is he gonna kill her? Oh gosh. Wow. I'll be damned, man. I bet that McMurphy's been sent back to jail now.
A dime apiece.
Oh my god. It's almost like he wasn't there. It's just back to what this is.
I know you're all. Have not Act 3. Have not.
Man, this is a fascinating film. This really hit a different level right near the end here. This is good. I wasn't too sure about it for a good bit there, but I think I do like this quite a bit now. It raises some very interesting questions. Oh, dang. Oh, what have they done? Jesus Christ, I can't believe they did that. I get why, but it's really insane. Oh. Jeez. Oh, this music has come back too. That's interesting. I wonder whose car that was at the beginning. Was that Nurse Ratched? His car? Or was this a car he steals? He's gonna pick up that fucking thing. He's gonna do what he couldn't do. God damn. Come on, you can do it, Chief. Right above your head. Yeah, get him, Chief. Wow. Yeah. Is that how it ends? No way. Wow, what a film, man. Holy shit. You know, I'll give it this. It was unpredictable. I didn't exactly know where it was going for most of the time. That was a really good ending too. It had a good solid hit at the end there. That was brilliant. Man, this is really good. I've definitely got some questions to raise here, especially in my other interest of the mind and psychology. Yeah, this is really good. This is really good. It's quite inspiring actually. It really reminds me of kind of how far I've gone in regards to my mind, because I can see, I saw this throughout the whole film in a way, but I just didn't kind of say it, because I feel like on some level people just aren't aware of this at all. Like, people aren't conscious enough to see the depth of insanity that humanity is in. And it's funny that they're in you could say, an insane asylum, but it's not only the patients that are insane, it's the doctors themselves. They may be not quite, on that level, but I would say some of them actually aren't even that bad. But let's just say, most of them are just probably as sane as the doctors are. Really, most of them. It's really fascinating. it shows how much of a bind humanity is in. Done in a slightly humorous way, which I kind of like that they kind of put humor in the film to kind of lighten it up, because this is a very intense subject, and it's very deep what they're saying here. Actually, the actor that plays... Actually, you know what? I'll mention this later. I've got a few notes that I'll write down. But I'm definitely going to go into this and talk about this, because this is a fascinating film, and I very much like it. So, yes, I'm going to go do my list and make some notes, and then we'll go from there. So, I'll see you soon. Okay, so I'm back, and let's get straight into the review, and then afterwards I want to talk a little bit more in depth about, like, I feel like the deeper meaning in this film, or just, like, my interpretation of it, like, in regards to the mind and like, things like that. I find that there's something really fascinating about this film. So, if you want to listen to that, feel free to listen to that afterwards, but I'm going to get into the review first, and then we'll go from there. So, first things first, this movie on a filmmaking level, like regards to camera composition, camera movements, even though I did kind of like the music in the beginning and then kind of at the end. But yeah, just in regards to like the camera composition, camera movements, you know, all that kind of stuff, it had a few kind of moments I kind of liked, but just overall, I just didn't give any points to a lot of the filmmaking stuff here. But who knows, maybe on second viewing, I think I will watch this movie again at some point for sure. But it's just, yeah, on a filmmaking standpoint, it didn't really blow me away that much. But that doesn't mean this isn't a great film. There's a lot of good things here in regards to like the script that's really solid that I want to talk about. So, but anyway, let's get into the first thing I like. So the first thing is the cast. I think the acting is really solid, but I wanted to just give a point to like the cast of actors that they chose here. I think it was a really great choice, particularly like Jack Nicholson, and then also the guy from Back to the Future. So that was like really cool. What do we got here? So Jack Nicholson, and then Danny DeVito was in it too, actually, as well, which was cool. And then Christopher Lloyd. So like there was some good actors here that I knew, and I thought they played their roles really well. So yeah, great, I think, casting. Next thing, number 2, is the acting. The acting in general, I think, was really good across the board. Really solid performances, so I gave it a point to that as well. I'd probably say my favourite actor was Jack Nicholson, and then probably Christopher Lloyd. Oh, maybe not Christopher Lloyd, the guy that kept annoying Christopher Lloyd's character. What is his name? Let me try and find him. Is it William Redford? Yeah, William Redford. He was really good too. I thought he was a solid actor. And then the guy that played the chief as well. What do they call him in the film? Yeah, Chief Will Sampson. He was good too. He didn't speak very much, but yeah, he was solid. Oh. Okay, but yeah, so yeah, he was a solid actor as well. But anyway, moving on from that. So yeah, solid performances, I thought. Next thing, number 3 is performances enhanced to humour. Particularly Jack Nicholson, like his expressions in parts. Even though this movie is quite a serious subject about like mental illness and that, they were able to put in this humour that worked quite well and lightened it up a bit, which I thought was good. Next thing, number 4, is the story. So yeah, really solid story overall. Excellent script. Like, this is the thing that really made the movie shine, was the story and all the stuff that was going on in it. It was really one of those things that, yeah, it worked really well. Like, that's what made this movie good, was the story. And I'll go more in detail now. So, next thing, number 5, is the characters. So the characters in the story were really good. Particularly memorable characters. So like the main character is really solid. And then the guy that plays, I think, Max or whatever, the one with the stutter. He was like an interesting character. Especially right at the end there, a certain realization you can get. It's like, whoa, that's interesting. And then like the nurse as well, Nurse Ratched. It's like, wow, like that whole thing with her character. And then just like Chief, you know, all of them, they have quite a good amount of depth to them. So yeah, solid characters, I thought, which is really good for the type of film that it is. Because it is basically in one location, most of this film. So basically the characters and the story and just what's going on, it holds it. Like, it's not this big adventure film or anything like that. It's, I don't know if I'd say dialogue, but it's just like what happens in that location is really interesting, and what goes on and all that, and how they're able to play with it. So it's really good characters, I thought, that kept it interesting. Number 6 is the humor. So I had to give an extra point for the humor. So yeah, the way they kind of make it lighter, as I said, it lightens the film up, because it is quite a touchy subject. So I think, even though humor could be quite risky in ways and could be offensive. And that's the thing too, I didn't find the movie, at least for me, to be offensive. And I feel like it could have been by certain directors. They did... The humor was done in a way that felt genuine, that felt real. It wasn't like this stupid humor, like, look at these idiots. It felt genuine and real, you know? So I did quite like the humor as well. Number 7, in parts it was kind of like, for me, I was like, am I supposed to be laughing at this? You know? But I think, for the most part, you're meant to be, I think. The parts that aren't are definitely noticeable, that's for sure. Next thing, number 7, is emotional impact. This movie hit me very hard, particularly at the very, last, 5 minutes? Man, 2 things really hit you, and I was like, what the hell? Anyway, I'll get into that later. Number 8, unpredictable. This movie is, I didn't know what was going to happen in certain bits. Particularly our main character, he's quite unpredictable with certain things, like the whole fishing trip thing. I wasn't expecting that. And the big rave they have, basically, in the mental asylum. I wasn't expecting that. And then, what else? And then, the very ending, what happened in parts. So it was quite unpredictable in places, which I really appreciated as well. And I imagine for some people, Chief talking out of the blue like that was probably quite unpredictable. I did kind of predict that early on, but those other things I certainly didn't. So there you go. So yeah, quite unpredictable, which was good. Number 9, thought-provoking. This is something I'll talk about in a bit more detail later. I've got quite a bit to say about that, so I'll kind of leave it at that, I think. But yeah, very thought-provoking film, particularly, as I said, I feel like this last 5 minutes really brings this movie into a full package, you know what I mean? Before then, it was kind of just like scenes, but that particular moment in that last 5 minutes really did something, or maybe even it's 10 minutes, but that really made this into a really solid film. If that, ending wasn't as good as it was, yeah, it wouldn't have had the same impact. The whole film would have been hurt because of it, I feel, if they, didn't have such a solid ending. Which isn't a bad thing. I'm not saying the rest of the movie's bad. I'm just saying this really glues it together. It's like the rug in The Big Lebowski. It really holds the room together. The ending of this film, the last 5-10 minutes, holds this movie together, I find, in a way. Everything makes more sense. At least for me. What else we got here? So number 10, the setting. So the setting, as I said in the film, is basically one location for the most part, and they're able to keep it engaging. And it's also an interesting setting to have a film, like a mental asylum, like what you can do with that in regards to diving deep into certain thought-provoking ideas, concepts, certain issues with, society and stuff. You can kind of see the insanity of certain things. Not just in the patients as well, though, like in the people that are looking after the patients. But anyway, as I said, I'll get into that later, but really interesting setting, and it really brings up some interesting things to think about after the film, I feel, because of the setting. Number 11 is the ending. So that's the last thing for this film. So the ending was really solid. As I said, the ending kind of ties the whole movie together, I feel. So yeah, really solid ending. And I think at some point I will rewatch this. I haven't got a point for that, but I definitely think I'll rewatch this with that kind of ending in mind. I think it'll be quite interesting to watch it again like that. So yeah, that is my review for One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. So yeah, this is a really damn solid film. Considering there wasn't much on a filmmaking level that blew me away, it really brought itself back in regards to script and what it brings up. So yeah, it kind of saved... It would have been so awesome if they had amazing cinematography. I reckon if this movie had top-notch cinematography, top-notch soundtrack most of the way through, or just really cleverly used bits of audio and editing. I feel like they could have done cool stuff with the editing, considering the type of film it is too. I feel like if it was done, let's say someone like, I don't know, Stanley Kubrick or Steven Spielberg probably couldn't do it, but someone like Kubrick, yeah, imagine Stanley Kubrick directing this with all the themes, which I would see in, actually, it's interesting because this movie, in regards to the script, does feel kind of like a Stanley Kubrick type of film. Just imagine his filmmaking in this movie. It would have been just so good to have that combination. At least to me, I think it would have been such a... I totally see that if this thing had such solid, all that other stuff, cinematography and filmmaking aspects, this would be up there with one of my favorite films, if not one of my favorite films. But unfortunately, I feel for me, it just kind of fell back in regards to that. They kind of didn't put as much effort into the filmmaking, I feel, for me. Someone could tell me I'm wrong and say, oh, it's just really subtle and you're stupid. And hey, that's fair enough. But yeah, I just feel like for me, if it was really solid on a filmmaking level, this movie would have just been on some other level. You know what I mean? But anyway, even still, that being said, really solid film. Would highly recommend it to people. I think this is a really interesting film for people to watch, and I can see myself saying to people, oh, have you seen this movie? Around the place, if someone starts mentioning some movie and it's similar to this, I'll say, watch this if you haven't seen it. But anyway, let me get into the philosophy time. Maybe I should have this in some of my videos. This is the time for like getting nitty gritty, because this is like my other interest, is like self-development, the mind, and philosophy, all that kind of stuff, spirituality, that kind of thing. So this is the segment for that. So if you're not interested in this type of stuff, I guess I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching, and yeah, catch you next time. But if you're interested in this, stay tuned. Alright, so I want to quickly mention this quote by Krishnamurti before we go any further. I think this very much matches with this film. It is no measure of health to be well adjusted to a profoundly sick society. Right, so where do we start with this? So right at the end, we see that what is the difference between the patients and the person look after the patients. That particular moment, particularly when I think it's Max. Let me see. Or was it Billy? I think it's. Oh no, I think it's. Wait a minute. Billy. I think it's Billy. The one who plays Billy Babbitt. Is that it? Billy Babbitt. Is it? Yes. All right. So the actor of Billy Babbitt is Brad Dourif. Brad Dourif. Brad Dourif. I think that's how you say it. Yeah, so the reveal with his character is quite shocking, because it's like... Alright, I don't think I said this in my video, but what I got from that is... He has trouble with women, particularly, this character, and feels insecure. And so, when he spent that night with that woman, that prostitute, that Jack Nicholson gave permission. He didn't really give permission, he just said, here's the money, go have fun. That fundamentally changed him for a moment. Okay? It made profound change that that nurse could never get that out of him in her current state of mind. Her paradigm, her way of seeing the world would not be able to fix Billy's problem, okay? Or you want to call it problem. It's like his stutter, okay? Because when he got out of that room, there was a fundamental shift in him. He felt not so afraid, felt not so insecure. And he, she started talking to him and he seemed fine at first. And you'll notice, as soon as the nurse said, "What would your mum think about this?" There it was. He was back. And then the nurse was friends with Billy's mum, apparently, or something. She knew her quite closely or something like that, I think she said. She said, "Your mum would be really disappointed in you," and straight away back into it. So, am I blaming the mum? No. I'm not saying the mum's the fault. Because who brought her up? I spoke about this in another video in Drishyam too. Like, who is to blame? This is a whole thing of human nature that you got to kind of question and go through and inquire yourself. But anyway, or watch Krishnamurti's stuff. He kind of goes into a lot of this and makes you question your own nature. But anyway, so when she said that to him, he he was back into the stutter. So it shows he has a certain, he has a huge insecurity issue, right? Huge insecurity. And because of this is holding him back, right? And the nurse wasn't able to kind of get through because of this state he was in, this insecurity he felt. And because of this insecurity, it weighed him down so much, and in the end, he killed himself for it, right? This sense of being, because like a lot of throughout the movie, he had moments where he was just getting trodden on. Poor guy had no, the guy had no, what's the word? Assertiveness to himself. There was no assertiveness because he was insecure. He felt like, you know, it'd be wrong for him to do that. And then probably from his mum, from her disciplining him, it made him feel useless. I don't know what the hell his mum did to him, but it seems like whatever she did, it made it worse. Okay? And as I said, I'm not saying it's her fault. Obviously, she's had bad conditioning, and because of that, it's also made him bad. You see where so it's interesting that, like, yeah, so when I was saying before, the nurse is also, I would say, almost as insane, or if not more insane than the patients. What do I mean by that? Control. She wants control. She talks about, like, having an ordered and a structured thing, and she thinks, oh, it's healthy for the patients. Is it really? Or is she just saying that? Is it just a belief in her mind? Is it just her wanting to control things? Because you see that when Jack Nicholson and them had a good time having a party, there was none of them freaking out because it's not normal. They were enjoying themselves. So which is true? Now, you could say, oh, it's just because she's evil. Or you could say, oh, it's just because she just wants peace and quiet. She doesn't want to have all this chaos. She's insecure about chaos. Maybe that's what it is. Or two, she's assuming that they wouldn't like that. She's just assuming that, oh, it would be... Actually, really, it does tie into the same thing. She's worried about chaos. Too much. To a point where she's not willing to have any form of chaos. She's got to have a particular amount of order. Otherwise, everything turns to shit from her point of view. And so that fear of chaos creates chaos. You see that? It creates a chaos that's in the mind from Billy's point of view. There's a chaos going on in him because he's insecure. See? I don't know if this makes sense. I think it does. Someone tell me I'm wrong. But I think that makes sense. It's like, so too much order actually creates chaos, especially in the mind. Because it's like you're kind of binding yourself up to a point where you're kind of stuck. And I would say in a way that's insanity as well. So, and it's really interesting when the main character takes him out fishing, they're cool. There was no issue. When he, you know, had a party with them in the mental hospital, they were cool. All good, there was no problem. It's really interesting. I see the good. I don't think it's the nurse's fault. Don't get me wrong. I don't think the nurse is some evil doer. Right? She's just ignorant. Right? She's also full of fear, just like the patients. Like we all are, on some level. You know? We all have certain, like, dysfunctions about us. And we just got to investigate and find out and work them out. Right? But it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know, it's really interesting. I really do like this film in that sense of it shows that even the people looking after the patients were somewhat insane or somewhat dysfunctional. None of them were actually perfectly well-adjusted humans. And even the notion of that, is there even such thing? It's a good question, right? Because then you can go into a question of, I'm not going to go into this that deeply, but we'll go into a question of, what is perfection? What is a perfect human? So yeah, very fascinating film, very thought-provoking, and yeah, I liked it a lot. So yeah, I'd love to see what you guys think and see like your interpretations and what you think of this film. I think I've gotten everything. Oh, actually, I wanted to I actually have a few notes here that I wanted to kind of mention as well. So, Christopher Lloyd, I think that's his name, Christopher Lloyd. Yes, Christopher Lloyd. He almost had a feeling to me of like, he kept challenging this one character. I think, what was his name? William Redford. Christopher Lloyd challenged William Redford's character. It was interesting how he did this. It almost reminded me of how a Zen master would challenge a student. Like, push them psychologically to a limit until their mind just goes poof, like it's aware, you know, it's more conscious. He almost felt like he was pushing him, challenging him in a way that, you know, the psychologists wouldn't do, because they'd kind of be too scared to have that disorder come in. See? But he was like, come on, what's the issue? You know, he would like get up him like this. And I think that was good in a way to kind of push him like that. It was actually kind of interesting that he did that. So that kind of reminded me of that in a way. So I kind of like that quite a bit. Next thing I wanted to say is, I kind of did say this, but Jack Nicholson's character had very counterintuitive methods of helping the patients. And these doctors thought, oh, that's stupid. They would have never thought that that would help, but it seemed to on some level. It seemed to help to let them let loose a bit, you know, have a bit of a party, enjoy yourself, enjoy life. Don't become so serious, and, you know, enjoy this beautiful thing called life. Don't get so caught up in your head, you know. Actually enjoying life in a way and being more present and enjoying the moment can get you out of your head, you know what I mean? And particularly when they went on the fishing trip, they were there. They weren't thinking about their problems. They were there, right? So it was a really beautiful scene, that, in a way, you know. But anyway, that's my thoughts on this film. Very much liked it. Highly recommend this to people. And I think it's a very thought-provoking film that I could ponder about for quite some time. So I was about to say thank you for the recommendation, but no one recommended me this. I just saw this on Netflix, and I knew, like, I heard from people this was a good film, and yeah, that's why I watched it. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching if you've watched it all the way up to this point, and if you did enjoy it, I mean, if you've watched it all the way up to this point, you might as well hit the subscribe button and like the video. I very much appreciate that, and yeah, that's it. Hope to catch yous in the next one. Bye-bye.